So this is something that's been going viral the last couple of days. This, if you guys are not familiar with it, is Sora, which is OpenAI's essentially the next step in their evolution, which a couple months ago when they released the DALL-E, which was the text, the prompt to image, people lost their minds about it because of the vast amount of things that you could create that were seemingly you couldn't really tell the difference between what was maybe a real image and what was AI generated. Same with things like crafting up some sort of wild animated photo as well. The next step in that evolution, obviously subsequently to come, was the video aspect of it. So again, this is what's been viraling and going crazy on the internet the last couple of days. You may have seen a few of the clips yourself. If not, you're in for something. So again, all of this is from a very, very, very basic generic text prompt. The AI was able to create and render in short clips of an actual sequence of a video. I don't know the guts of how everything inside of this works. I do know that this is going to be revolutionary, and it's going to be very interesting in the next 5 to 10 years what happens to things like animation studios. And when we get into this, you'll see even the use of needing real actors. So, and I think even within 5 to 10 years, that's a pretty lofty, generous time frame. I think things will be able to be replaced much, much sooner than that. So I'll just kind of get into showing you guys some of the examples of this. So here's one, for example. There's quite a few. I'll actually put a link to this website in the description of this video, but here's one, for example. So the prompt here was drone view of waves crashing against the rugged cliffs along Big Sur's Great Point Beach. The crashing blue wave waters create white tipped waves and kind of so on and so forth. But the reality, like how good this looks, you realistically couldn't tell me that this doesn't look like a drone shot, right? Again, each one does like 9 slides on this first one. Here's one. Animated scene features a close-up of a short, fluffy monster kneeling beside a melting red candle. The art style is 3D and realistic with focus on lighting and texture. So a lot of these prompts are actually very similar to what you'd be typing into their DALL-E, which to create the photos, but now it's just, again, animating these. So a lot of these are very interesting. I would absolutely say go and check some of these out yourself, because the way that a lot of these are able to, look and mimic, like this looks like a peacock, you know what I mean? So there's a few more in here. Again, this is like an animated fluff ball guy. The prompt, 3D animation of a small, round, fluffy creature with big, expressive eyes explores a vibrant, enchanted forest. Crazy. The camera rotates around a large stack of vintage televisions, all showing different programs, 1950 sci-fi movies, horror films, news static, etc. Something that there's a lot of these. Here's one that I was pretty blown back by. A beautiful homemade video showing the people of Lagos, Nigeria in the year 2056, shot with a mobile phone camera. Just the way that people are moving around and interacting with one another. Like how real. These people are not real. This is not some type of, augmented thing where there's like clips of people. This is all completely generated by the AI. Again, the prompt, a cartoon kangaroo disco dances. What's going to happen to animation studios when this is just kids can make this in their bedroom, This one's very impressive too. A close up of an eye. Just the way it moves around, the reflection of the eye, the blink, even just how close up it is, the detail in the skin, being that's not perfect. It's a little bit obviously not tarnished, but there's marks on the skin, right? Even this all eyelash, the eyebrows here. A close-up view of a glass sphere that has a Zen garden within it. There's a small dwarf in the sphere who is raking the Zen garden and creating patterns in the sand. Like even what it would take to describe that to someone who to animate that of what you're looking for. This is a really, really good one. Historical footage of the California during the gold rush. Just a cinematic shot looks like something straight from a movie that you'd see. Just the way the camera pans in, the way the water's moving, the way the people are riding on horseback. And again, none of that is real. Another absolutely fantastic shot. A drone camera circles around a beautiful historic church built on a rocky outcropping along the Amalfi coast. The view showcases historic and continued. Again, the way the people are moving, the water here, just incredible. This one was very impressive as well. Reflections in the window of a train traveling through the Tokyo suburbs. The way when it passes by that building right there, the way that there's like that black reflection of the lady. Insanity. The camera follows behind a white vintage SUV with a black roof rack as it speeds up a steep dirt road surrounded by pine trees on a steep mountain slope. Dust kicks up from behind, I'm assuming, something like that. Just the way it's traveling, like the dust, again, those trees. Like this looks like real footage. Like you can't tell me this does not look like it's a drone, GoPro camera footage. This one tour of an art gallery, crazy. All of these shots are just insane. I myself haven't even gone through and watched all of these. This is actually my first time watching a lot of these. I've seen like the main ones, but then a lot of these other ones I have not seen myself. An extreme close-up of a gray-haired man with a beard in his 60s. He is deep in thought, pondering the history of the universe as he sits in a cafe in Paris. These are the ones that really, I believe, put it to the test because it's a close-up, where we can see every little detail and feature that could be potentially wrong with it. And it's there's really not a lot, Classic. Wow. Again, I think just the time equity saved going forward in animation by just being able to type in a couple words for it to generate what you want. And if it doesn't generate what you want, you can just refresh it, have it rebuild it again in seconds. A litter of golden retriever puppies playing in the snow. Their heads pop out of the snow covered in it. Yeah, crazy. Archaeologists discover a generic plastic chair in the desert, excavating and dusting it with care. This one's a little bit wonky. You can see like the chair, the way it's moved. Obviously, people aren't like holding it directly right here. Yeah. But still, I mean, the way that people move and look just is insane. Like, wow. I mean, the gravel, the real interesting thing is the way that light, it looks like it's like 5 o'clock here. As you can see, like the light, the way that looks. Puppies are kind of just spawning out of nowhere, but this one took me back too. I mean, the way that wow. Yeah. That's tough, And they kind of go on like their safety spiel about how nothing will ever bad happen clearly from this. I don't know. We're going to be in definitely an interesting situation, if you will. At the time of making this video, it's end of February 2024, going in March. And I could potentially see there being something interesting that happens with this kind of technology. Deep fakes were concerned before. I think now, we're really entering a time where we need to be super careful about what we're seeing on the internet because chances are it might going forward, it might not even be real. So yeah, I will put the link here of this website so you guys can go and check this out for yourself. Again, my name is Logan. I'm the founder of Company AI. So dealing with all things AI. And yeah, just thought this is a super interesting deal going on with OpenAI. So one, I'm absolutely very excited about this technology and that we'll have our hands on it soon. But also, again, there's always gonna be bad actors. So that being said,